Jerry with Decking in a Day. We're here to go over some specific key elements when you receive your Costco deck. When you get your frames, they're gonna have 3 boards on them. 2 of them are gonna be loose. These will be loose, they'll just be zip tied to the frame. This board is actually fixed. It's actually screwed down with its plugs. This fixed deck board is basically an alignment tool to start with. Our suggestion is that this is frame A, then you do frame B, and then you do frame C, and then you do frame D. And if you work your way around the outside and then go towards the middle, it'll be easier because you'll be able to actually, after you put your camos down, you'll actually be able to walk and get on your knees here. Fascia, this will come on the frame. The fascia is pre-cut and pre-drilled and pre-screwed. When you look at the gaps here and you look at the top and the bottom of the fascia, that's a real good indication if your frames are lined up. If you line up your fascia, then you know that you got your frames pretty well aligned. This last board, which is called the back of the frame, so this would be pointing to the spine. So this is the spine right here, what we're calling the spine or the back. And then we have it pointing to the fascia. So what we're gonna do today is that in your kit, you're gonna get a bunch of different types of deck screws. So we're gonna talk about camo hidden fasteners. So these are gonna go on the frame and they're gonna attach your deck board on all of the joists. And then we're gonna use deck screws with plugs on the outside of the deck boards. So let's first talk about this. So this board is fixed, it doesn't move, it's already screwed to the frame, okay? I'm gonna put that camo in there and I just want it to be up or leaning back. So I'm gonna take it, I just slide it over the joist, I put it back, and now I have it. Now I have 4 camo screws per frame. We're gonna take our board, we're gonna kind of line it up right here. We're gonna kind of line it up and we're just gonna slide it in. And we're just gonna tap it with our hand. We're just gonna tap it with our hand. And as you're gonna see here, you're looking down here, these are straight up, and if I move them, they kind of move back and forth. And then what I'm gonna do is gonna look here and I'm gonna see, make sure that that's actually kind of the same distance. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do it again. Now this board has pre-drills for you, so that's gonna make it easier for you to actually screw off and fix this section. But we're doing it in small increments so that you can keep the board straight and you can keep control of your deck screws. Now my deck board, as you can see here, this is to the spine. This is frame A, right? So frame A, B, C, D. So the frames go clockwise. That's how we've labeled them. So now we're gonna take this board, we're gonna kind of angle it. We're gonna put it in that groove. And then you kind of want this lined up. That's very important. You just kind of want that lined up to get that nice look. Here, if you look down here on the fascia, all right, we want to be kind of lined up. And I'll just come in just a touch and make it. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna actually put my screws in. Now it's important to note that this screw has a different bit than the camo. You can have 2 drills, or if you have 1, then you have to change out the bit, okay?
In here I would just go slow, make sure you catch the previously drilled hole. You see it caught it, you'll feel it.
Okay, so we screwed this board in here. We just put these screws in. So we're just holding this board down for now. And now these are actually ready to be screwed down with the camo. In your camo kit comes this guide. And you have a camo bit. Remember, this camo bit is a different bit than the Trex plugs and screws. So here we have it on the lowest setting, 1 and 6. You really don't need a high setting. What you need to do is kind of get it in there. You'll feel it. Put your hand there and then you just drive it down. And you'll hear it. And that's it, that's gonna hold it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing. So you wanna start from this side and go outwards, right? You don't want to try to start from the middle of the spine and work your way in. Now it's important not to pull on the ends. You want to keep pulling or pushing in the middle. The boards, because they're composite, they get kind of wavy sometimes, but that's okay. And then I'm going to line it up here. I'm going to pull it to here. And I'm just going to kind of keep this line consistent. You know, you want that nice clean look, so just pick one side. Don't try to line up that side, then line up this side. Just line up one good side and the other one's going to kind of fall where it needs to be. On this side, this section of the frame, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 boards, right? So this is our fixed board, 1, 2, 3, and then now we have our pre-drilled board. And that's going to be the end of the frame, okay? Let me line up, looking good.
Okay.
So now at this point, looking pretty good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Jason hand me a Cortex in a bit, and I'm going to get one screw in, maybe here and maybe here, just to hold that whole section in. Cortex screw, Cortex bit has a little cloth buffer on the top so you don't scar the decking. Now, Jason, get on this side. I'm on this side. He's going to apply equal pressure. Okay. But now what I do is, now that I have pressure and this is lined up, I look at my alignment. Now, what's nice about this is I still have the ability to tap a board in or out, because these boards are with the head and fasteners. So I can move them in or out. So I just look at my line, make sure I'm nice and straight, and then I start running down the camos. And remember, the camo has its own bit and it has the guide. Just so it's nice and tight, and you can see is that good solid connection. The reason that we do the hidden fasteners is we don't want you to have to pre-drill and then plug the whole deck. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna get into the next step where we're gonna check our alignment, and we'll get into the next section. We're gonna drill our ends. I wanna show you how to drill your ends. You're gonna pre-drill. We give you this in the bit kit with the Cortex. It's a 1/8 drill bit. And basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a thumb in and a thumb in. This is what a pre-drill is gonna look like, but that's after the bit. The reason I pre-drill, it makes it easier. I mean, some guys can take your hammer and can actually tap on it and drill it straight in that way. But I like a little bit cleaner look. But if you're in a hurry, some guys do that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the bit that was supplied, and this bit, it has a cloth on it. It's like a little bumper. Nice and slow, not in a hurry. And you'll feel it let loose. It won't grab the head anymore, and it makes that perfect hole. Nice, try to keep your drill bit straight at a 90. Hear it grab the wood, and then hear it release. Now, you get these in the kit, they're plugs. So when you look at them, you can see the direction of the grain. The grain's running this way. Instead of getting a rubber mallet or something like that, if you have one, it'll be kind of nice. But what you can do is that you can use blue tape on the end of your hammer so you don't scar the deck board. And you just tap it lightly. And then once you get it to catch, see it's still up a little bit. You'll see it just disappear. When you're standing there, you won't even be able to see it. Just kind of blends right in. So let's do that again. I'm gonna look at the grain. I'm gonna look at the direction of the grain. And at that point, you hose and sweep off the deck, and you've got a perfect decking in the day. Thanks.